Hi, and welcome to the Farmhouse. Do you want to start living the farmhouse lifestyle or start homesteading? Well, I'm here to tell you that we started on one random day in June, and you can too. You don't have to have acres of land or tons of animals to start living this lifestyle. I'm going to tell you 3 things that you can do today to start living the farmhouse lifestyle or homesteading. Before I get into the 3 ways that you can start today, I want to give you a little bit of background on how we started. So I did mention this, or Jamie and I mentioned this in our last video as well. We came across homesteading on a trip we went on, and when we came back, we were just completely obsessed. And we don't have acres and acres of land, but we knew we wanted to start now and not wait until it was the ideal time. So I started with buying a bag of flour and some yeast, and I started making bread. And that first loaf of bread was okay, but it was nowhere near where it should be. So from there, I decided I was going to jump into sourdough, and I did a sourdough starter. And that was an epic fail. That was worse than the bread. My first sourdough starter didn't do anything. It smelled so bad. It was really, really bad. So I started another one. I did some more research. I found another way to do a sourdough starter, and I started again. And this time it was perfect. Everything went, well, maybe not perfect, but everything went exactly how I thought it was supposed to go and the way the directions said it was supposed to go. So I created this awesome sourdough starter, and I started using it in recipes, and some recipes turned out great, and then other recipes were complete flops. And that was fine. And I don't tell you this because I want you to think, oh, I can't do it. This is only for people that have been homesteading forever. No, I'm telling you this because anyone can do this. You just have to keep trying. You have to go jump over those hurdles and just keep trying. Change your mindset and know that you can do this as long as you keep trying and overcoming your failures. So let's get into the 3 things that you can do today to start living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading. So the first thing that you can do today is cook something from scratch. Whether that be cook a dessert from scratch, or cook dinner from scratch, or even just a lunch from scratch. Cook something from scratch. Now, what do I mean by from scratch? Well, you're going to cook something that doesn't involve anything that's prepackaged. And I'm talking about like Pop-Tarts, or pre-made waffles, or pre-made, I'm trying to think of a dinner one, like one of those pre-made lasagnas or something like that. Try to cook something from scratch. Now, if cooking from scratch overwhelms you and you think, oh my gosh, I can't do it every day of the week, try planning to cook from scratch maybe 3 days a week, maybe 2 days a week. And I will guarantee you, the more you do it, the more it's just going to become second nature. I know that when we started cooking from scratch, I always had to have the cookbook right next to me. I had to follow it to the T, and I was very careful not to deviate from it. But as I started learning different things about cooking and the way things that needed to be done and way things went together, it's kind of just second nature now. I can put together a batch of waffles or pancakes in less than 20 minutes. I can make chocolate chip cookies in maybe 30 minutes, and then they bake for another 30 minutes. It sounds really hard and really overwhelming, but when you really just start doing it and you get involved in it, it becomes so much easier. So my first suggestion on being able to live the farmhouse lifestyle and starting today would be to cook something from scratch. Now, a lot of people say that you can cook something from scratch, but that's maybe not your first step. Maybe the first step is to grow something, which is very true. But for us here right now, it's the middle of winter. So growing something right now is not something we can do today. So if you're watching this and it's summer, maybe the first thing that you can do is plant something. Plant something that you can grow that you can then serve on your table for a meal or maybe eat as a snack. So I'd say there's probably the first step on living the farmhouse lifestyle, homesteading, could be to either cook something from scratch if it's too cold to plant something, or if it's a season where you can plant something, then go ahead and plant. The next thing that you can do to start living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading is just show kindness, and show kindness to everyone, not just to people you know and people you trust, but just show kindness to everyone. It's kind of reminds me a lot of that like Southern comfort, Southern kindness. And we in our house treat everyone as family. Anytime you come into this house, you get a hug or a handshake and a warm welcome, and it just makes you feel good. We teach our kids bucket filling, which is when you show someone kindness and you do something kind for them, you're filling their bucket, raising up their self-esteem, but you're also filling your bucket and making yourself feel good. And when you feel good, you know that your day is just better, and you know that you're just in a better mood, and it just makes you a better person. So my second suggestion is to show kindness. And if you're looking for different ways to do this, I will link a blog post below on, it's like 25 ways that you can show kindness today. And not just kindness to people in your household, but kindness to anyone. We love baking and cooking, so often I will make cookies or brownies and we share them with the neighbors. Just showing kindness, thinking about them. If you're not quite ready to bake something or make a dinner or a meal for someone, a simple gesture of kindness could be calling someone and talking to them on the phone and catching up and seeing how they are. In today's age of everything being so quick and so fast, we often forget that just picking up the phone and talking is so meaningful to someone. And I feel so strongly about this that in my planner, I have a little section that says people to contact this week. And it's a list of 4 or 5 people that I want to make sure that I reach out to and just say, hi, how are you doing? And just make that connection. Because making that connection and showing kindness is so, so important. So, number 2, show kindness to everyone. My second way to start living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading today would be to show kindness. In our house, we treat everyone as family. Whether we've known you for years or we just met you, you are family. So that means when you walk in the door, you get a firm handshake, or we are very big on hugs, so everyone gets a hug. When they come and when they go, you get great big smiles and hellos and how are you? I think one of my favorite things is my girlfriend comes over every day to pick up her son because I watch him during the day, and my kids love when she comes and it's, hi Michelle, how are you? And they give her hugs, and it just makes her feel so special, and you can see that on her face. And it's just the simple act of showing kindness. Now, if you want to go even more above and beyond than just greeting people nicely and treating them nicely and being kind, then you can start adding more things into your repertoire of things to show kindness. Something that we love to do is bake and cook for people. So we will often make more dinner than we need and take some to the neighbor, or send some home with my mother-in-law. Or I'll make 2 batches of cookies instead of 1 and send them down to the girls down the street who maybe had a bad week. Or I just planned a girls' night for me and 2 of my girlfriends who are having kind of a rough time, and we're going to make homemade hot chocolate and eat chocolate chip cookies and just hang out and chat. Showing that kindness shows that you care and you're building those connections. And in today's society, with everything so fast-paced and going and going and going, people crave those connections. And they're just so important. And I feel like over time we've lost that, and it's something we really need to get back. So living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading to us really is showing kindness and getting back to those old-fashioned roots of just hanging out with people and relaxing. So just another way, step number 2 on how you can start homesteading today is just show some kindness to everyone. And if you're looking for more ways to do this, I will link below, or Jamie will link below, a blog post that we did on 25 ways that you can show kindness today. My third way for you to start living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading today would be to declutter. Your home is a place for you to go and recharge and rest and just to feel comfortable. And when you have so many things in your home is cluttered. And they say that a cluttered environment leads to a cluttered mind. And if your mind is cluttered, then you really can't rest and relax and rejuvenate yourself for what the next day brings or what the next week brings. So declutter. Get rid of things that you don't use on a daily basis. Get rid of things that are just sitting around. And when you go to purchase something new, really think about it. Instead of just that impulse buy and click and click and click, think about, okay, is this something that I'm going to have for years and years and years? Is this something that I'm going to be able to use over and over and over again? Really take into consideration those things. I know last week I was complaining to my dad about how cluttered my desk was and how there was stuff everywhere, and I came up with, it's not that the desk isn't working, it's that I have so many books because I'm reading all the time that they're just piled up everywhere, and those piles make me anxious and I can't get anything done. So him and I came up with this plan where we are going to build a kind of like a end table to go next to my desk, that I have a little bit more space to put all of my books and lay out my binders, and leaving the main part of my desk clean and organized. And I can't tell you how nice it is to walk into my office now and my desk is clean and I feel so energized and ready to work. This is also true when we were cleaning things out at the beginning of the year, like doing that New Year's decluttering. It felt so good to go through the closets and the bookshelves and just get rid of all of the things that we didn't even know we had, all of the toys that the kids haven't played with in months. It just felt so liberating and so freeing. And I know that we have a long way to go when it comes to decluttering things. I mean, my parents built this house 30-something years ago, and my sister and I both grew up here, and there's been many people that have lived here on and off over the years, and there's just stuff everywhere. But a little decluttering every week, every month makes a huge difference. And I know that you will feel that sense of like lightening and, I don't want to say relief, but a sense of relief that, I'm living more simply. I don't have as many things to dust every day I clean. We have what we need. And also by thinking about what you're going to purchase before you buy it, you're saving yourself money that you can then use to reach your goals. I know for us, we try to save as much money as we can because we want to own more land. We want to do more on our homestead. And if we're buying all of these little things every day here and there, that's not really saving money. And are they things we really need? Probably not. So really think about what are those things that you need and that are going to last a long time, and start decluttering the things that you don't need. So that is my tip number 3 for living the farmhouse lifestyle and homesteading today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let's do a quick recap. So the 3 things that you can do today to start living the farmhouse lifestyle. And number 1 was cook something from scratch, or if it's spring or summer, plant something. Number 2 was show kindness to anyone and everyone. And number 3 was start to declutter your home and just kind of minimalize. Get back to those roots. What do you really need? So it was great talking to you guys today, and I would love to know what you're doing today to start living the farmhouse lifestyle or homesteading. So please leave me a comment below, and I will see you next time.